Hello, welcome back everybody. It is episode 8 of Arc 3 of Better Than Heroes. I'm Rachel Weeks and I play Klik, the level 9 Kreen fighter.
I'm Ovredahl and I play the human Warlock Flute, aka the Windrider.
Hello, my name is Jordan Dahl and I play the Moonboy, a level 9 Moonboy.
My name is Aaron Urist and I play K.A.I Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly. I am the Dungeon Master of this game, and I play everybody else.
We have some exciting reminders. We have merch. There is all sauce merch in our Teespring. You can check it out. That was made by Andrew Ovredahl, and it's awesome. For those who don't remember, the all sauce is the special secret sauce that K.A.I created that gives us a bonus to hit points. So it's pretty good. Get yourself a tea. Also, we are very, very close to 1,000 followers on Twitch. So if you are not already following, please hit the follow button. We'd appreciate it so much just to get up to 1,000. It feels like a small gesture, but it means a lot. So that is all I got for this week. So we are going to play some 5e Spelljammer inspired Dungeons and Dragons this week. Are you okay, Harlan? Or are you just doing a 5?
That's
okay.
E in sign language, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
so.
E, yeah, 5e.
Yeah, just trying to help.
Don't ever make that hand sign outside.
Okay.
It means hello.
I don't know. Okay. Our show is live soundtracked by Jason Wardell. It is directed by Kay Drury of Tiger Moon Productions, and it is brought to you by our patrons and our subscribers. So if you love the show and want to see it continue to improve and grow, please consider supporting the show financially. We appreciate it so much, and we do have a lot of perks that come with it, including a monthly D&D show, or game, set in the BTH universe that you can be a part of, called Repos and Leads. If it is impossible for you to support us financially right now, we totally understand. Please share the show with your friends. Just tell your friends and family that you listen to a cool thing, because that helps us a whole lot as well. But the rest of us, stay tuned, just sit tight. We're gonna go into last week's recap.
Okay. Previously on Better Than Heroes, as the fog of war cleared from the deep brambleways of Garden, the crew of the Dinger took stock of their situation. Though they had defeated the Mind Flayers and captured their ship, the Dinger had been severely damaged in battle, and a number of the party were wounded. Weighing their options, it was decided that the Dinger and the captured Nautiloid would lay low in place for the hours needed to make emergency repairs to both ship and crew before heading deeper into the kingdom of the Skull Goblin King. Aboard the Nautiloid, K.A.I did a bit of redecorating. He also examined the catatonic dwarves who'd had brain monsters burst from their heads and deemed their condition to be beyond his power to heal. Flute, determined not to be once again worshipped as a god by freed fish people, and in a masterful counterprank on the Moonboy, convinced the freed Kuo-Toa that K.A.I was their new god. As the crew prepared for a rest, they discovered a pool full of ravenous Mind Flayer tadpoles, but were able to trap them in a glass jar. Problem solved, forever. In the same room, K.A.I discovered another glass jar, which, to his shock, contained the same species of shape-shifting, sentience-devouring ooze the crew had once taken in, befriended, and called Janice Droplet, who had called herself the Droplet pulled from the pool. What's with Mind Flayers and keeping unspeakable horrors in jars? Will this new jar of Janice kill us all? Will the Skull Goblin King get to taste the universe's greatest ice cream? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes.
right, and I think it's because the microphone was picking up the back of
we're-
it.
We're
Because
back.
of
Can
being
you just
hacked by a
can you
monster.
just show it real quick?
everybody.
Because I
Hi.
can't move
This
past
is
this without.
so I have a
acknowledging.
musical mic, so it has a speaker on the back. So I attached a horrifying stuffed animal to it to make
It's
my
so
audio
good.
sound better.
It's so cute.
He looks
So-
like he's singing
Love
"Carry
it.
On, My Wayward Son."
he has, you can't really see it, but he has teeth.
That's worse. That's
Yeah,
so
that's-
much
that
worse.
makes
Oh
it so
my
much
god.
worse.
This is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Like,
Okay, anyway,
And
stop
he's
being
making me
creepy. I
sound
have
good.
D&D to do. All right. So, the crew here and now, you all find yourself on both the Dinger and this Nautiloid ship. K.A.I and Flute are over on the Nautiloid, and the rest of the crew, including this big pile of NPCs you have, Tuber, Fluber, and Goober, the three fish folk, Auntie Shucked, Auntie Rabakash, and Kalaktoon, the three Kreen you rescued, and also the young rebellious Gluck, or the newfound folks flittering around your ship, the Dinger, as well. So it is the morning here. You all don't have too much reference for this besides your own bodies, as you are deeper inside the woven web that is the planet of Garden. You know, on the exterior of Garden, there's all of these earthen mounds and kind of like more spread apart roots. It's very spread apart, and you all are pushing more toward the center, and it gets thicker and thicker as you head toward the center here. You all have fully moved. You're about to, as you wake up and move on from your fight with the Nautiloid, you're about to move yourself out of the area that is of the Skull Goblin King. Of the Cove of the Bones, and you're about to move yourself into the territory that is marked from the projecting map that Gluck the Kreen has into the territory of the Skull Goblin King. It's known as this area is known as the area of it's just like the territory that is associated with the palace of the Skull Goblin King. And so it's morning here. You all are rustling yourselves up after getting together and protecting yourselves with the amulet that Moonboy was able to pull from your sentient helm, Dingham Nidris, through a memory, to protect your minds from the Eye Tyrant Power Face, who seems to be able to press into your dreams and keep you from sleeping. So the crew is protected, and let's start with here, before we reunite the whole crew and we start this morning here, let's start with K.A.I. And we can rewind a little bit if you want to have an immediate moment with this jar that you found in the desk of the Mind Flayer captain. But we can also pick this up kind of as like you've acknowledged this and we're going to take it from the morning here. So I'm just going to leave that up to you on the scene that you want to do first before we join the rest of the party in the morning here. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. I think the last thing I did after finding this jar was place its cover back over it.
Okay. Cool. So you're just kind of like letting it sit there for the evening.
Yeah,
All right.
for
Cool.
now.
All right. Well, anyone feel free to
Or
interject.
Can I say
here. Yeah.
instead of letting it sit in the just in the desk loose in one of its drawers or wherever it was, or was it kept like secure? I don't want it to get broken or stolen.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
There was an
who it's-
indent. There was an indent in the desk a bit. It seemed like it's like kind of like a cup holder for it.
Oh, dude was drinking Janice. All right.
A big gulp of Janus.
All right.
For the brood.
That seems like a decent enough place for it. And that would be at night, and then I would head back to the ship.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, then anyone feel free to give us the scene of, Goat is usually the Goliath bosun is usually the first one up in the morning, kind of looking at the ship, but her and four of the Kreen actually, all stayed up all night repairing the ship here. And so you, let's say Flute and Moonboy, you all are awoken to the sound of just Goat yelling a bit, being like, "Yes, I know that this is not going to quite fit, but it works well enough." And you just hear a chorus of like, noises coming that seems like Goat is arguing.
It's a bird eating a lollipop.
Yeah. The argument that is being had is transcending language a bit, as they are kind of finagling the last bits of scrounged wood to repair the dinger. But you can see them out there, and they've done well enough. You know, they've got braces set up for the mast of the ship. They've got the hull kind of like crossed over, and you can feel a breeze coming in there a little bit, but it's going to be able to get where it needs to go. So I leave it up to you all of what you want to do this morning on the ship, and if kind of like when you want to set sail and push on toward the palace of the Skull Goblin King.
Is
Kai-
Kai... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is
What were you
Kai
going to ask?
still on the Nautiloid?
No, I think Kai is on the dinger in the kitchen, sort of cooking out his stress, making a giant breakfast.
Yeah, I'll kind of stumble in. My belt buckle switched back to Flute in the night, and my eye doesn't look like a black marble anymore. And I'll kind of come in and putter around for some breakfast.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of stuff going. The crew's been up working all night, so we've got sandwiches and Hava crumpets with omni gravy, and we've got
Feels like a
charcuterie
casserole
for the
morning.
Kreen. Yeah. Yes, it's a morning casserole. It's actually I misunderstood, and it's a morning with a U casserole. It's a traditional bereavement dish from the halfling people. But I thought that's what everyone wanted, so I made a lot of it. So enjoy.
I love it. Somehow Midwest rituals have leaked into wild space.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
if
it's
if
good for
ever,
any halfling wake.
halflings are definitely the Midwesterners of the D&D
For
world.
sure.
Yes.
That is, I want you to know that as soon as you established there was a halfling casserole, my brain started doing that. Like, halflings are Midwesterners, so.
Relic is psyched.
Yeah, I think
lot of
Relic,
hash browns in
Yes.
the casseroles.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Relic the
traditional-
halfling gunner is like in there and is oversharing with you in the morning, Kai, and he's just like,
Oh, that's a lot of people you know who have died. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that this dish could make you remember that.
yeah, it's not easy living on the planet closest to the sun, and so people get toasted a lot. It's a very tumultuous place, but
Oh,
um,
I
The
didn't really.
Moon Boy walks in and he goes, "Are you sure one of them didn't accidentally walk in front of your ballista?" Oh no, I guess they would have survived, right? Because he's terrible at aiming. Good
But
morning.
anyway, as you were saying, I'm
With a
sure
U.
that I'm sure your parents and grandparents didn't mean to get toasted.
yeah,
No one would make light of such a situation.
yeah. He's like, you know what? Do you mind if I take some of this casserole to go, Kai?
Sure, absolutely.
I'm just in my feels a little bit and want to
You're
go.
not- You're not going to have a funeral for it, are you?
No, well, I'm gonna eat it. And
Okay.
Cobble, the kobold, pops out of a cabinet. She's like, "Did somebody say funeral? Is there a funeral happening?" And she brings out a bunch of candles, and she's like, "I'm ready. One of us is going to die at some point, and I've worked very hard to oversee the, to prepare a ritual if needed. So
Kai made a special gravy for funerals, right, Kai?
Yes.
bad omen,
It's al-
right? Isn't
It's
that a bad
always a
omen?
funeral with you around, Cobble.
Try some. You know, you won't get to try any once you're dead, Cobble.
It's to die for.
She puts her hands
Star
up. She's
wipe.
like, nope, and she backs out of the room, looking at it the whole time. Like, bad omen, and she just walks out.
As Relic goes down the hallway, Klik snatches a bit of morning casserole off of his plate and eats it. Says, well, it looks like the ship's repaired. I mean, such as it is. Time to get underway.
Yeah, you know. You can only fix things so many times, says Relic, and just like keeps walking.
Oh no. Do you think he means his relationships?
Yeah, did Relic help build it? Oh, I thought
I
he
don't
slept
think
last
so.
night.
I think he got
yeah.
dissed by the Moonboy.
You hear like a chittering right behind you, Klik, and the full crew of Kreen are kind of pushing. They're like fussing over Goat as they head toward the kitchen. They're like, "Oh, Klik, good. I'm starving. Do you mind if we cook something up in the kitchen? We all are famished from working through the night to repair your ship."
Oh, K.A.I will have plenty ready. I doubt he wants many more hands operating in the kitchen this morning.
Oh, is there living grub inside of there? Because I would love some living grub, says Auntie Rabakash. And Auntie Shucked is like, ooh, grub? There's grub in there? Let us through.
Look, grub isn't a popular dish on the ship. We
Guys,
just
is there
sort of
grubs
eat
in this?
what's around.
Yeah, I think at this point they're like almost pick you up and just wave you into the
Oh,
kitchen,
God.
so you're all in there now. And they're like, she says you don't have any grub. Do you have any grub? Says Auntie Rabakash, and Auntie Shucked is like,
They want to use your kitchen, K.A.I.
They want
I
cream
told them
grubs?
no.
Living grubs?
yes.
don't
Give
have
us some
any-
flour. Give us some flour, and we can.
I don't have any living grubs, but I suppose that I could reanimate some.
Oh, you have deceased grubs. You can reanimate those. Oh, yes. They're not as fresh, but they sound tasty.
They're powdered, but I could...
Microwaved grub.
Yes. All kinds of
Moonboy
ways.
has
Okay, if that's all
Instagrub.
you, if that's all you have, we won't hold it against you. We will be happy to put up with the limitations that you have in your cooking abilities.
Limitations
Yes. It's okay.
of my cooking abilities.
Yes.
Easy, big fella.
Certainly. Thank you for your graciousness as guests. If please, you could sit down, and it would be my privilege to prepare something specific for you.
I'm sorry,
just a
K.A.I.
reminder
They're,
that
they're
only-
traditional.
It's fine.
It's
K.A.I really wants to impress these aunties.
For the record, the covered crumpets are probably a little too sweet. It's normally,
Yes, they're not
salty
for-
or meaty.
That's true. I made sort of traditional working foods without thinking about the Kreen.
Yeah. Gluck has like 3 of the hover crumpets in his hands, and it's like a chainsaw being pressed into a notebook as he is just like mawing away at them, and he just like stops. He's like, I don't think they're too sweet. Like gnawing away at them.
Thank you. I guess I'm going to try to make an acceptable breakfast for these Kreen aunties, for these particular Kreen aunties. Do I know what they would want? Like what?
They want worms.
Like if you've
They
got
want
someone's
bugs.
Filipino mom staying at your house and she's like, I need the good stuff.
You'd have to look up the good stuff.
Well, Aaron Urist,
Take her to
I am
Jolly.
never going to be more of a bully DM in these moments. So absolutely not. You
I
can roll a
asked
history
because
check. You can roll a history
That's
check.
what
if
I
you'd
was
like.
hoping
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the?
I'm gonna
Let's
look
get
at
that
K.A.I.
longanisa with some garlic rice equivalent.
Yes.
Can Klik assist? She's trying to like mime, like what to get. Like it's in a box. Gross.
Okay.
Grosser.
16.
Absolutely not. You have no idea in any way, shape, or form.
Wow, Aaron critically failed that one. I've never seen.
Less than a 20. Ew.
I'm gonna mouth to K.A.I from where I'm kind of been watching all this transpire. I'll be like, all sauce, put some of that all sauce.
Right.
It's too much.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
K.A.I pickles.
I may not know what...
Sorry, I want to make sure we do not go past this scene, which is 4 Kreens like picking over the things and like speaking in a very bug-sounding language and kind of being condescending about the things that are laid out on the table, which to most people would be a very scrumptious, filling, beautiful meal that they're being a little judgmental about. And then all 3 of your friends are there as well, and Klik is like miming things to you, and then Flute is going all sauce, and then Moonboy is going pickles. Like there's just this team behind this. Like
Your sauce with pickles and worms.
I'm going to... I may not know what a traditional Kreen meal would look like, but I'm going to try to go from the grubs place, and I'm going to try to make some all-sauce infused awakened grubs with a little, little deep cheddar, a little Helbrecht essence, a little Pingus root decoction. Just make it nice,
all right, absolutely. What do you feel like you should roll here?
Probably my chef's tools, my cooking supplies.
Abs 100%, absolutely. Go for it.
Okay.
Because you have all sauce on hand, I believe. You have a batch of it.
We have some all sauce. Okay. And I do speak Kreen, but I'm not going to let them know that. I got...
Chad is rooting for you, just so you know.
32.
Oh, boy. There it is.
Harlan
Absolutely.
does 32.
32.
Well,
Does 32 make good breakfast for selective insects?
In the evilest portion of my heart, it still makes a good breakfast. 32 absolutely still makes a good breakfast here. As you know, K.A.I, I mean, give us a little bit of this. What does it look like for you to like take this hit, take some criticism, and then like turn it around here? I can do the anti's reaction, but what does it look like for K.A.I to participate in this moment?
I think K.A.I just sort of like goes off into the, sort of business part of the kitchen and leaves everyone feeling a little bit weird in the uncomfortable silence, except for the aunties clicking unfavorably. And he's going to go into the kitchen, and a sort of screen of light appears behind him, and he's by himself in there, and you can just hear feverish cooking and valves being released and blasts of steam and flashes of light. And then K.A.I will come out with one of those trays with the big silver domes and put it down in front of the aunties and take off the top, and inside, after the sort of vapor that's in there, there's like purple vapor, and it clears, and there's what basically looks like a pile of bugs.
All the bugs have 10 temporary hit points. As this, there's just like this moving kind of like wriggling plate a little bit here, and you see all 4 of the Kreen's heads, maybe 5 if Klik is in on this too, as they all just kind of and lock onto this, and you hear this chittering just kind of increase. It sounds like a loud night of cicadas in this moment, as they're just like, yes, oh my goodness, whoa, okay, so if that is, well, and they're just like talking over to it, I can't believe he did this here, and they're, oh my gosh, oh, and then anti-Rabakosh gets in there first. It's just like, I have to. And all of them are just like inhaling these grub. And it's very nice, Jason.
So cool.
Incredible. Incredible work. Shout out to Jason Rochelle, who live soundtracks our show every
Just
week.
bugs
And-
eating music is what just happened. I just want to be. That's what we asked this man to create this evening.
He's a master. We do not deserve him. And then they all look at you just with hearts in their many, many eyes, Kai, and they are just like, oh, Klik, where did you get him? Oh my goodness, he can do anything. He can do anything. He's not only a sweetheart who is an impeccable host, he can also blast with his cannon. Look at it. And they're all just kind of like, now that they've eaten their fill, are just going around you and like, asking like, oh, look at that, like just kind of like touching you ever so slightly, be like, oh, look, he's so sweet, look at him, his armor, is there anything under there? They just keep asking questions and looking at you and talking about you, but with nothing but affection.
I'll just say thank you for enjoying in Kreen.
Yeah. Klik is like visibly jealous of the attention that Kai is getting from these Kreen aunties, because she has not been fawned over.
Do I notice that?
I don't know. Klik, are you trying to hide it?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a deception check with disadvantage.
Yes. Her best skill.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Kai, you
Can we get lower than a
perception check with
6?
advantage.
Yes. My high roll was a 6, and
Nice.
my modifier is a -1, so I rolled a 3.
God, Rachel Week's voice. Can we get higher than a 6?
No, we cannot.
I rolled a 5, but I get +2, so I got a 7.
In the most distracted check of all time, you still catch that Klik is jealous of you in this moment.
Yeah,
I'll
her
also
antenna
say
is
in
like
Kreen-
visibly twitching. Like there are physical cues.
In fact, it was our friend Klik who first gave me this technique as a gift after she saved my life in battle.
Oh, okay, so she gave you the. Oh my gosh! They look over at you. It's like, oh yeah, you're so good at making friends. Look how nice and cute. And then they like immediately just like shift their attention over toward you, Klik.
As soon as it shifts, I'm going to say, I'm going to bring the fish people some crumpets, and I'm going to leave.
Okay, cool.
Crumpets
Moonboy,
for fish people is really cute. Like little bits of bread. Come
Yes.
on.
Crumpets for fish people.
You sprinkle them and they.
Yeah, it's cute.
Mondays on A&E.
Flute,
We
Moonboy,
have
what do
been
you
doing
all-
breakfast for 40 minutes, and I am happy to continue.
We have a lot of breakfast episodes.
Yeah.
Listen, breakfast is fun.
Yeah, truly, I will never skim past the all around the dinner table episode. So, okay, cool. Flute and Moonboy, what are you all doing as this near chaos?
Sounds like an expression.
We're grabbing. Freaking grabbing
just
down on some
watching
morning
the
casserole.
show.
Cool.
You know, I think
Yeah.
I think the Moonboy is talking to Flute about the casserole, and he's like, honestly, if this is what they make when people die, I'd be killing a lot more relatives, if you know what I mean. A lot of accidents. Oh, Grandma fell down the stairs. Guess we have to make another one of those incredible casseroles. You know. I'm kidding, of course. Or am I?
Oh my god, alternate reality episode where Moonboy is a serial killer just to eat food.
Casseroles.
Like
I will
a
say,
wake crasher.
Traditional funeral foods.
I will say, in this moment, I've rolled a d6 to see if today will be a good day or a bad day, and Moonboy finds a little hair in his casserole.
I think you and I are the only people with hairs even in this room right now.
Either way, going to be a bad day, I think. For someone.
Yeah. A little bit of a grumpy Moonboy.
Cobble has some hairs coming out of like moles and stuff.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he
Oh,
doesn't seem to care. Honestly, I don't even think you guys see him flick it away. I think he's like, oh, hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mal's
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you've got a hair. I go to reach it and it just disappears in your mouth. But
Yes, it's mine.
mine. It was nothing. It was nothing.
You recognize, I'm not going to make you roll for this, you recognize it's definitely a Malzor hair. The
Yeah,
other halfling that's like wandering
grossest
around.
hair possible.
Yeah.
it's fine. Honestly, if anybody's hair has more nutrients in it than that guy, I'd be surprised. Sometimes I catch him asleep with his feet in a pot of dirt. I think he thinks he's a plant. Sometimes I do it too. Full disclosure.
This is the beauty and problem with this game is that I just like absolutely want to spend like an hour cutting off to all of these scenes and just being like, okay, Moonboy and Malzo are talking about what it feels like to be a plant for like an hour.
I think he's just telling Flute all of. I don't even know if Flute is interested, but Moonboy is prattling on as both he and I are wont to do.
Yeah. How does Flute feel about Moonboy these days? Is he like chumming it up with him as like sidekick, or is he still trying to retain some air of superiority?
Oh no, Flute loves Moonboy.
Yes, do you think
but I think
you're my
since
sidekick?
he's
I think you are.
but yeah, now his Flute is recalibrating to being quote unquote himself again. I guess he's a little. The dynamic is a little off when he's back in Flute mode.
Do I notice this?
Yes,
Does
he
the
feels-
Moonboy
Feels
feel
a
that
little
you
lost.
feel that he's off?
I don't know. Are you trying to hide this offness, or are you Andrew, or are you?
No, I don't think so.
Then yeah, you can just notice it, Moonboy.
Yeah, the Moonboy's like between bites. He's like,
So what's up with you, man? Your brain's still all haunted?
I don't know if that's what I'd call it, but I guess so.
I mean, that's rough, right? Or is it? I mean, whoever this is, wherever these powers are coming from, it's certainly saved my shiny hiney a couple of times. So, I say, you know,
My shiny honey.
just be careful, you know, and you can tell me about stuff. I'll tell you something right now. When I switch it on, you know, when all of the fire shoots out of my hands and my face and my eyes, I don't remember those times as though it's my memory. I remember it like I'm watching somebody else from far away do those things. So I know what it's like to have somebody else in there. Maybe someone that you don't know exactly who it is.
Yeah,
So you can
that's-
talk to me, bro.
That's a bit how it feels with me, except I know I'm in there, just like I know that presence is here right now, even though it seems to be stronger at times and weaker at times.
Do you think it's friendly? The thing that's with you?
Well, it's done nothing but help me, right? I mean, it saved my life.
That's true. I think the thing that is with me is very, very angry. I'll tell you
Angry about
what. I don't know. I hope it's not angry with me. But again, It seems to be rather helpful. I'll tell you what. Why don't I keep an eye on your thing, and if you get too evil, I'll tell you. And you keep an eye on my thing, and if I get too
Starry?
dangerous, I suppose, you tell me, and we have to believe each other. Okay?
All right, I like that.
You're a good sidekick, Windrider.
Yeah, I'll shake on it. I'll give you kind of a...
He thinks he's trying to take his casserole
shake.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, it's a human...
Yes.
It's a human thing.
You know what? This is a moonkin thing, and he
Does a guidance handshake.
we did a moon shake
glowing
on it.
handshake.
I mean, chat said evil in moderation, which made me. I like that.
Ah, that's a t-shirt.
So yeah, in this moment, you all hear this is kind of like happening in and around the chaos of the Kreen scene and the Kreen scene breakfast scene, and then Kreen team breakfast scene. That's in there. The Jordan, you got me started on this. Like, I will be alone in my apartment and be like Kreen team. I just like go on the bounce.
The lean, mean, green, teen, green. Yeah, I do too.
So you all hear Goliath come over the Rocky Talkies, these communication devices that you all have, and he's like, y'all think we should get going out of this pit of despair? Maybe not. I guess we won, but it's kind of giving me the willies.
Same.
You wanna
Second for Willies.
You want to keep moving toward the less creepy place, the Palace of the Skull Goblin King, or what's the move here?
That is currently the less creepy place. I'd just like everybody to take a moment to notice that.
Absolutely. It's time to go.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of skull he's the king of.
I don't know. We've all
It's
got
just skulls
skulls.
in general.
Skulls in general.
You don't think he's the king of our skulls? Or
No
we're
way.
trying to claim
We
claim
are.
to be.
We are the kings and queens of our own skulls.
K.A.I and Klik, I don't think either of you have skulls.
Oh, I have an exoskeleton.
Fair.
I have a head.
You're looking at my skull.
Ah!
I always say about Klik, surely where's her skull on the outside?
On her sleeve.
Where's her skull on her sleeve?
Yeah. The bones
Windrider.
protect the meat.
Flute, whoever's driving the car right now, what's your story? You got a skull?
Oh, yeah, of course.
He does. I can tell.
That's what?
Like, what? Yeah, I mean, it's about as classic as skulls get, I think.
Nice.
Kind of like show you my teeth and like see
Oh yeah, there it is. Look
feel
at that. You can see parts
I
of
think
it.
when people think skulls, they think this.
Yeah, when humans think skulls, they think that.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
it's
being a
not.
little.
When you think of skull, you think of that.
If we
Yeah, I guess so.
You're being a
When
little.
Moonboy
I don't
thinks
know,
of
what's
skulls,
it
he
called?
thinks of goblin skulls.
that is true.
Speciest.
And I will say,
Not goblin, but Moonboy skulls.
Klik, do you think I'm a goblin?
You feel like a goblin.
Flattering.
Also, you
Thank
think about goblins a lot.
Thank you, I do. Constantly. That's
You
why I
draw
run the
them.
drills.
You draw them a lot. I've
You
seen.
speak goblin?
See, nobody was supposed to see those drawings.
I've seen them. Where do you think they
You
go?
draw naked
well-
goblins in your barrel?
They're not always naked.
Where do you think they come from?
Do you
I don't know
speak
who's
goblin?
drawing them.
Click will get her on the Rocky Talkie and be like, yeah, time to go.
Oh, right.
Good. I was following this conversation and they just think that I have lost
Yeah.
control of this ship. So that's it.
let's,
I apologize. That one's on me.
Listen,
Pop Kai
if-
over to the Nautiloid and
Well-
get on our way.
if
Here
we
I
have-
go.
Okay, all right.
Kai, as you head over to the ship, you see the three fish folk So, Kai, you see the 3 fish folk walk behind you over toward the nautiloid as well, and they're all just kind of like following at him like,
I'm trying to get to the front of you so I can give you these crumpets. Get out from behind me. Stop it. Stop.
yes,
Stop.
yes.
Stop juking me. Here.
Yeah, you
No,
also just see them like
on the
walking
front
on the
side.
front of the dinger for a while, kind of like in a do way, and they absolutely when you say that, they're like, oh yes, and they all scurry up to you and look at you.
Here. I made breakfast for everyone. These are, I don't know what Kuo-Toa like to eat, but these are some hover crumpets and some homemade gravy.
We like hover crumpets. We like hover. They all nutty. We like hover crumpets.
Oh, good. Well, I hope you enjoy.
They all just like begin to like nibble at it from your hand as you were still holding it.
No. You can take. You can use here. I have. No, if you would take them in your hands, I would. They're like still eating them. If you could just. No, take them with here.
No,
I'm like
we like
trying
this.
to
This
move
is-
them
this is
down,
better.
and
This is better.
they're moving their heads.
no. We prefer this.
No, please, I don't. I would really. I have things to do. I have a lot to do. Please, just eat the food with your hands, or with your mouths, holding them with your hands.
It's all gone now. It has just disappeared. And they just look at you like, thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Oh. You're welcome. Thank you for blessing me with your presence.
They all look at each other. Roll a persuasion check real quick, just for my own fun.
I'm just assuming that that's like a traditional Kuo-Toa greeting, like namaste or something. That is a natural 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he knows nothing in between.
Wonderful. That means I get to do
Okay.
whatever I want with that.
Is that a pun?
Is that what it means? Oh, God.
They kill him.
You critically failed at persuading them with what you meant, and instead they look at you and they say, it is as pleasing to him to be in our presence as it is pleasing for him to be in our presence. And they all just
I
look
wouldn't
at you
go.
and
I mean,
just,
I was being polite.
you're so gracious. And one of them bows and says, yes, I am also being polite. You are wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Shall we man the guns of the ship while you, our god, fly it?
I'm sorry. What was the thing in between? you, our blank, fly it.
Yes, you are God. The little glowing one told us that you are the fish folk god, and you have come to save us.
The little glowing one told you that?
Yes, the little glowing one.
The little glowing one told you that I was your god.
The boy of the moon, one of them says. Yes.
I think Flute told them that.
Oh wait. Yeah, you're right.
I told them
Sorry.
that Flute was
Moonboy
God.
told him it was
Yeah.
me, and I told them it was Kai. And I'm watching this
Thank you.
from the far
Let's just,
side of the ship, like trying not to
Rewind.
Or
Yeah, if we
Sorry.
could just no. Let's just
they're very dumb.
Canonical
that?
violation detected. Violation detected.
Maybe they thought that's how they interpret it. They were
stream
like, the glowing
corrected.
one told us to talk to that guy who told us who the god was.
Ah, sure.
I have
maybe,
like 86 NPCs at this point. I get one.
Yeah.
Okay. I get one.
Super fair.
maybe
yeah,
Flute is but
Yellow
a
card.
prophet of the crafted one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They say. Yeah. No. They say.
The Moonboy actually walking by hears this and goes, "No, I didn't. It was Flute." That just
Oh
corrects
yes.
them.
Yes. Yes. The prophet Flute told us that you were the god.
The
That is it.
prophet, Flute,
Yes. The prophet
told
Flute.
you I was your god.
Yes. The master
Okay.
of the sword.
Oh dear.
Tell us, how did you become a god?
Night school.
I see Kai kind of bound up in this, and I'll kind of bound over and start across the tentacles. Like, come on, are we coming aboard? Are we leaving or not?
Yes, Flute.
Right. And I'll
We, all of
I'll
us, working together in conjunction with one another.
Yep, that's right. I'll see you. I'll see you inside, K.A.I.
And they say,
Right.
well, we're coming with you. And you see the Auntie Kreen, Kreens come up, Callatoon as well, Gluck. They all kind of like head toward you, and they kind of like, when they walk up, you see the fish folk get a little spooked. But then they just like remember what is happening and where they are, and they're like, oh yes, we're gonna go man the guns with them. And they kind of just like nod at the fish folk, and they all, with this, head up. They're like kind of like looking at you, this crew, looking at you, Kai, for you to give them the nod to man the 3 ballistas that are up on the top of the ship here.
Great.
One of them is broken, which they will spend some time fixing, but they can at least be up.
I will, quite flustered, make my way up to the ship's helm.
Okay, cool. Absolutely. You walk through this now like blue glowing fleshy interior of this nautiloid, work your way up the stairs here past the ring of seats that is the extension helm, and get all the way up to the top and walk out amongst them on this pathway that sits in the ceiling in the middle here, and you see that all of the fish folk and the Kreen have manned the 3 ballistas that are near eye level to you, maybe about a 20-foot angle down, and you are at the front of this helm.
Oh wait, I forgot to tell everyone about the Janice. Oh no, I was so caught up in breakfast that I forgot about the plot.
Yeah, you have not told anyone so far. And you are out over here on the ship, so it's just a thing that K.A.I has not communicated yet. So.
Moonboy is going to go to the front of the dinger and kind of take point there, watching for the path. He's going to get on the walkie-talkie and be like, hello, everybody. And he does the sound for sure.
Great.
And he goes, this is the Star Man. Moonboy asked me to ask you. Are we still thinking about that plan where we pretend like the ship's been captured by a nautiloid or something like that? Over. Still the Star Man.
I'll get on the walkie-talkie. Well, we could use the nautiloid to go first, and if there's nautiloids that wait, we could discover them that way, or we could pretend like we're chasing, but if the other nautiloids are waiting farther down, then I don't know how helpful that would be.
To chase or be chased.
Captain, any ideas?
You talking to me or K.A.I, says Goliathan.
You're the captain.
You're the captain.
All right, well, there's 2 ships now, so there's 2 captains now.
Yes, we've thought about it long and hard, and you have that hat, and as long as you have it, you're the captain. But if we
You're
can get
you're
it
an
away from
admiral
you,
now.
I like the sound of that. Well, I think that it ain't a problem until we see it. So, what we don't know, what we do know is in front of us are skull goblins in the palace of the Skull Goblin King, and we don't know where the other 2 mind flayers' ships are. So, we should be operating off the information that we do know. That's my take. Captain, what's yours? Captain K.A.I?
Oh, please don't
Excuse
call
me.
me that. I
Captain
agree.
Hammerstein?
I agree with you, Captain. I think that we should go towards the palace of the Skull Goblin King. Also, members of the... What was the thing we were called at the very beginning of the game? Where we go off and do stuff? The something crew?
Plunderers.
golden... What was it? Landing crew?
Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. That was Star Trek.
We're called plunderers.
Plunderers.
All right. Can I get all the plunderers on the nautiloid for a minute? I just need to talk to everyone while we start going.
Sure.
Just if everyone could meet in the formerly the tadpole room, captain's quarters.
Klik has no idea where that is, but she will do her best.
I will light up the
I know
floor
where
to
it
show
is.
the way.
Follow me.
Yeah. Like a movie theater. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you I don't want to roll past Jordan's request for a plan though before we get over to that scene. Do you all want to send which ship? Just give me the marching order of the ships, if you or if you like want to jump on this plan, or if you want to just like put it on pause. Toward like
that. Maybe the Nautiloid should go first, or should the Nautiloid guard the rear?
I think Nautiloid rear. I don't think the first impression we want to make is Nautiloid
Yes.
with the
I think it's
guards.
probably a good idea to make this thing look as captured as possible. I could ask the moon, but that's what I
Oh,
think.
that's not a bad idea. We haven't heard from the moon for a while.
I cast augury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, before you kind of like, you're getting this advice from the captain, and you hear like K.A.I make this request, and the captain's like, "Wait, can we just make a plan first?" And then you absolutely can pop your head in your hat here, the ritual that you do in order to speak to your other worldly sage contact. You're not quite sure.
Yes.
Brennan Lee
So
Mulligan
I
did
look
establish
into
that it was a
the.
portal of some sort. But
I look into the darkness of the alleged portal within my hat. The Moonboy does, rather. And he sees there in the darkness, swiveling towards him, an enormous, luminous, friendly moon. And he says, "Hello, the moon.
Hello, Moonboy.
Long time no see."
Yes, it has
I
been a
brought-
while. You've been so busy.
I have. I've been all over the place. I brought you these. And he has, like, some snacks that he got from the kitchen.
Oh,
From
thank
K.A.I.'s
you.
kitchen. And he's clearly, it's been in his pocket for a while. It's like some little shallots and potatoes and things. And he piles it in front of the moon. It's like, there you go. I thought you were probably getting hungry in here. Listen,
Probably.
we're about to go on a bit of a dangerous expedition. And it has come down to chase or be chased. And
Yes.
we've captured a dangerous Nautiloid ship, but we're in Goblin territory. And
Oh,
we're
my.
sort of wondering, should we make it clear that we are... How can I put this? You've got a particular way. Would it bring woe upon my party if we were to pretend that we were being chased by the Nautiloid? Or
Well.
would it bring fortune?
Let me put my head in a
Wheel or
different
well?
hat and talk to a bigger moon.
Of course.
A moon named God.
I always
Master.
assumed that there was just moons upon moons.
It's moons all the way down.
Moons all the way down.
It is to pretend, right? That is the question. To pretend, like
To pretend.
Yeah. Then you can give him a woe. You can give him a strong woe.
Oh, moon boy. Such terrible things would happen.
Well, that's what I said. That's what I was telling the others. I was saying that we shouldn't, you don't want to pretend to be a mind flayer because they eat brains, and people with brains are going to say, oh, watch out
Yes.
for them.
That's a big woe from me, dog.
I knew it. Whoa. The moon, you always know what to say. I have to go. I'm starting to rhyme.
Yes. Thank you for the trash.
You're
I love you.
welcome. I love you as well, the moon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
He pulls his head out of the
Oh,
hat.
and moon boy,
Yeah.
don't die.
Same. The moon.
Thank you.
All right, bye then. Pulls his head out of the hat. And he goes, well, okay, this is the moon boy, no, Starman, I forget, whatever. We have captured We have captured the Nautiloid, the moon says. Pretending anything to the contrary would be a bad time, so
Oh, my.
no pretenderoo, no ruse.
All right.
Over.
Okay.
And I'm on my way over to the tadpole room, by the way. Bringing Klik. She doesn't know that.
No.
Wait, can we just establish that, like, when you put your head down, like, during a moment of, like, can you do this, that Klik just, like, scoops you up, so you're just, like, head down and moving the whole time, and you're like...
Carrying.
She puts him on her shoulders.
Absolutely. And just
Yeah, I love it. Love it. What a good, oh, man, I just want to say, I had such a plan for, like, this theater happened of you all doing this plan, and such a plan for like you all walking in honesty. So I love it. I love it. My
Choices were
truly my
made.
favorite thing as a DM is just like throwing notes this way.
you got to go forward to get back, as they say.
Yeah. So you all find K.A.I here. As you all walk in, Flute, you particularly know exactly where he's speaking of. And you all can just guide the crew in here, and the plundering team is gathered around this desk. And I would love to see this scene from you all after the break here, as it's past 9 o'clock. And then K.A.I can show you what is inside of this desk after we take a quick break where we drink, pee, and we'll see you in just 5 minutes. We'll be right back here for the second half of this session. Thanks so much. Saw some new names in the chat tonight. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us and playing a little Spelljammer in 5e. We'll see you in 5 minutes and do the rest of the session here.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
yeah, Scully's just waiting for her. There it is. Oh,
That was
trying to
quick.
just get us
That was
fans.
quick. That was a tease.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a good idea for our new K.A.I food. Everyone shut up.
She
Wait,
saw my
I mean, the
cat's
opposite of shut
butthole
up.
and got.
We're live, just so everybody knows. We are out on screen, just to be 100% clear. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you all are in the captain's quarters of this nautiloid. They're even with, you can feel K.A.I's like freshening up around here. It's less of this like doomy red glow, and there's this like brighter blue glow, but there's still just like this throb to the fleshy interior of the nautiloid. And especially around this captain's quarters. And K.A.I, take it away. What do you share with the crew here?
Is everyone here? Hello, Klik. Hello, Moonboy. And I just look at Flute.
And I think Flute thinks that this is about him being the god. It's like, it was just a joke. It's just a little. It was fun. It doesn't. It's not gonna be a big deal.
It's not that. It's not about that. We're not
What is
meeting. About that, we'll deal with this, the inevitable fallout of the cult that you've created in my name at a later date, unfortunately. Because life with you, Flute, that's not our most pressing problem. Alright, I'm sorry.
Jordan
That
is
was out-
muted.
That was out of line.
Moonboy cracks up. He's like, oh, you got him? Oh, I sent them to get you. Oh, man.
Oh, you two
You're
and your
God. Now you're
frivolities
God. Now
have
you're God.
doomed these fish people. Do you remember what happened last time? You had to appear like a crazy demon to get them to go away.
Listen, everybody wants. It's nice to have friends, and these guys need something. Everybody needs something to worship. And why not
we
you?
have to
You're
go.
great.
We have to go. Can we
Right.
move on,
We're
please?
sitting.
Yes,
we're
sorry.
sitting ducks.
So I was, we were in here the other day, and we cleared out the Mind Flare tadpole pool, and then before I came over to the dinger, I just checked out the captain's desk to make sure there was nothing dangerous inside. And, well, I found this. And I'm going to take out the jar filled with the strange gray ooze.
Yeah, you pull the jar up and nothing is inside. I'm just kidding.
Get off the ship!
Yeah.
No, you see him like reach down and open the cabinet here and pull up this fabric-covered jar and pull off the fabric here and set it down. And you see wriggling inside is this silvery green-gray liquid that is moving around, looks very viscous. And when K.A.I holds it up, you can see it kind of like pulls up in an arch like a snake and just kind of like whips around at you, and kind of like you see it, the very end of the pseudopod that comes off of it kind of changes shape into a rat's head for just like a tiny second, and just kind of like squeaks at you and then shifts back into the silvery form and is
Moonboy
just moving
screams out
around,
loud.
wriggling inside of the jar.
Screams loud, for sure.
Yeah. I take a step back. Is that what I think it is?
Do we recognize it as Janice-y?
Yes.
Because
I
we
think
saw
especially
her.
with
Yeah.
Is it?
and
it
with
her?
Kai's prodding too, kind of like with any
Yeah.
framing, it's very
Sure, yeah.
easy to recognize as the silvery cord.
Is it Janice?
It's smaller. It's not her. It's a smaller version.
You haven't
and
talked
it's in
to it, have you?
And it's in a jar, no. But it is another droplet pulled from the pool. How many droplets are there? How big is the pool? I'm
Okay.
not sure I want to know, but
Okay.
We have to
here.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I wish I hadn't talked to the moon already. This seems like a more important thing to ask questions about. But
we don't
what
know.
do we?
We don't
What
know.
do we wish we had done the last time?
Killed
When
it
we met
immediately.
Yeah,
Janice.
put it back in the desk and lock
Why
the
do you
door.
think we need to kill?
Oh man.
Janice ate like 2 people. Some of whom we asked her to
Janice
eat.
Janice is loose in wild space, and it's our fault.
Well then, I mean... No, we should put it back. We don't want to take this Janice as like a second Janice to protect us from the other Janice, right? That would be crazy.
No, that would be
That's
crazy.
what I'm
Not
saying.
how that would even
That's
happen.
what I'm saying.
No, that...
I said it was crazy.
Also, this one is much smaller, and it appears to default to a rat form. I can't imagine that it would
That's...
be.
It's all it's had the chance to consume.
That is cute, and it would be fun. But no. Klik.
No. That was not what I was saying. I think we put it back in the desk. We lock the door. We walk away.
What if somebody else finds it? Without mind flayers had it? Wouldn't they have
We have
others?
to do,
How would they find it? It's on our ship.
We have to do something with it at some point, right?
Put it back in the desk for now.
For as long as it's on this ship, it's in danger of falling into the wrong hands.
What if we
Or-
just throw it?
But we
Throw
can't
it
Could
bring
out
it
the
maybe
aboard
that's its
the
own
dinger.
hands. I don't know.
Something that consumes isn't inherently bad. I don't feel good just throwing it away.
No,
But I also we cannot contain it, and it is too dangerous
I don't know
to
what to do.
release. I
don't think I think we shouldn't talk to it, right?
no.
I mean, look at it. It's
Seems
It's
pretty
only a-
dumb right now.
it's only
No
it's only a
shade.
child.
You just hear from inside of the
don't know
jar.
about
It's just
that.
like,
You don't know what's a child. Look at it.
It looks just like one to me.
Look at its size.
See,
It
this is
hasn't.
why I
It's
don't
barely
date.
had the chance to consume anything but rats.
And that's good.
I know.
I can-
I suppose you're right. I
I can get rid of it.
What?
How?
I could do it. I'll get rid of it.
Where?
Just give me the jar.
No.
What will you do with it? Kill it?
I'll kill it.
I want to see.
Okay.
I mean, listen. Come on. You can't do so. What? You're gonna take it outside and behind the shed and stomp it to death? We're a team here.
All right. Well, I mean, do we
What's the plan?
even know? I was gonna try to poison it.
You
I could
poison
have-
it.
What if there's...
What if we?
I don't know.
Bear with me. Threw it in the toilet. The
We don't know
toilet-
where the toilets even go.
Yes, we do. It's a portal
No,
to
we're-
a pocket universe.
But we don't know where that goes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's irresponsible, but listen.
Can't
So
just
is,
throw
frankly,
ooze into some random
flinging a
portal.
bunch of... we crap in there. Klik.
Yeah.
Where's the line?
It's a sentient child. And you want to throw it in the toilet?
I don't want that. I want this to have never happened, Kai. But
I want
now
it.
we can't
I don't
do
want
that.
it. I don't want it to have happened any more than you do. But all I know is that
Just whipping spaghetti here.
I could have been. I could have been a better friend to Janice.
Kai, you are the best friend anyone could ever have. If you can't be a better friend to someone, that person can't have a better friend.
We gave Janice
I couldn't.
every
I
opportunity
couldn't make her.
to be a
Make
good
her understand.
friend back to you, and instead she ate that guy.
That's her. That's how she
who
lives,
was
is by
very dear to
consuming
me.
and learning about other creatures. That's just how. That's
Not your
That's her
fault.
life. So what can we do with this? We can leave it in the jar, and it'll probably starve to death over a very long period of time, which is the meanest thing we could do to it.
Well, what,
Or we could just put it out of.
I'm just
would-
saying
would-
that maybe there's something
Sorry.
we haven't thought of.
I'm just
Why?
laughing because I'm like, is this why Andrew owns wolves? Well, I'm just like, this, yeah, I don't know. Sorry. But
that,
there's
to
just,
feed
like,
the
something
oozes
that
he
connected me.
finds
Yeah,
too.
Of what?
Every ooze you find, you throw it to your wolves, and they get rid
It's
of the
dog
evidence.
law out here. That's sorry. Yeah, sorry. True digression. I was just excited.
What would they
give it
why
to
is
my
it even-
huskies. They'll
Why is
tear
it-
it apart.
That's what my brain was hearing. I'm
Why is
sorry.
it-
Yeah.
Why is it even here? What were they doing with it? Wasn't this... It's connected to the portal, isn't it? Somehow they're using it.
Maybe.
Were there any
I mean, who
notes?
knows what they're
Were there
using
any
it for? This
notes with the jar?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, the things you do know is that when there was a portal opened up, Janice was drawn to it as this ooze creature that had consumed a lot of sentient creatures and therefore absorbed a lot of information about the world, and she was drawn to an open portal and referred to it as the pool she was pulled from. You also... and you just also know that the more creature, the more she ate, the bigger and more full of information that she got. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows that. But
Yeah, she got so big
yeah.
that she had to be partly in a barrel, and then she would take the form of a humanoid carrying the barrel with the other half of her in it.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, she got pretty
Maybe...
big.
Maybe the problem's in that it was pulled from the pool. Could we take it back? And just put it back in the pool?
We don't know where that is.
We have no idea where that is. We're not even going in that direction.
or maybe we could find out. Maybe.
So until then,
I don't know.
let's put it in the freezer.
It's not coming on the dinger.
Well, don't they have a freezer here? Surely you have to freeze brains sometimes.
What if we
Mind
put it back
flayers,
in the case
probably.
where Kai found it? We need to get on the move, or we're going to get
Yeah.
blindsided by those other two nautiloids.
All right.
All right, listen.
All right.
I can't make this decision.
Put it in the freezer. I'll do it.
I insisted that we take Janice because I took a liking to her because I felt that she and I were alike. And I'm still not sure if we are, but I'm going to go pilot this ship. And we'll get on the move. And the three of you, I know that you'll do what you think is right. And I'll leave.
Moonboy.
Cool. Yeah, you see
you
Kai
leave the
walking
jar?
up. Yeah.
I leave the
That's
jar
what-
with you.
You see Kai walking up toward and climbing the ladder that is leading up toward this large helm that is in the center of the ceiling of this ship, and it's just the three of you in this room, and you all can decide what you want to do with the jar before you join back up with the Dealer.
I don't want
Janice-
anything to do with it. So
Janice was not our friend. She tricked us. She killed people. She almost killed me, and then you all let her walk through that
Yes,
portal.
but we kill people all the time. Windrider, you know it's not black and white like that. We trick
I
people
let her walk through it so she didn't kill us herself.
day by day.
We didn't
Listen.
let her do anything that she couldn't have done already.
I think we're getting something here, which is very rare, which is a second chance. And I think we have to do better.
A second chance to raise an ooze? We don't know
Second
the
chance
first thing
to
about
not
that.
make the same mistake.
Second chance to not make the same mistake. I think we put it, we don't name it, it doesn't get a name this time, we don't talk to it, we don't tell it anything about the world, we don't feed it any information, put it back in the drawer, and we find a better way.
I don't want to look at it. And Klik will turn and walk out the door. Back to the dinger.
Moonboy will scoop it up. And he kind of looks at Flute and he's like,
We can kill it. We could kill it easily.
So
It
let's
hasn't
do it right now.
It hasn't done anything. You want to kill Janice. This is not Janice. It doesn't have a name.
Yes, but it's the same
I'm not
thing
thinking
as
of
Janice.
3 great names right now.
Do not even try to give it a
I'm
name.
not
I don't.
going to give it a name. That's what I'm saying. Nobody is. It's not a thing that is named.
And he puts it in the drawer, and he closes it. And is there a way to lock this drawer?
K.A.I can lock it.
He's going to get on the walkie-talkie, and he'll be like,
K.A.I, as soon as you're jacked in, please lock that drawer with the thing that no one's going to name ever. It is if it wants us to think about it, then we don't. If it feeds on, knowledge, then we give it none.
Look, you're making a mistake. We're just making a problem
And just
for the
for
future.
the record,
Let me take care of it right now.
all in favor of Windrider taking care of it right now, say aye.
It's
Aye.
just you.
It's
and
just the
Windrider.
two of us.
Yeah.
So I go.
no, that was into the walkie-talkie.
All in favor of Windrider killing it right now.
I like the two-person vote. Well, we're split again.
Nothing. Just you. If you want to kill it, you know where it is. But you know how everybody feels.
I think the runes that are on the desk, they glow red once more.
Windrider doesn't kill innocent creatures. Windrider protects them.
Okay, 2 quick questions before we move past this scene. Are the glowing runes you locking the door of the cabinet behind it when the jar is put back inside by the Moonboy?
Yes. Is there another option?
The other
So I'd like
option
to know
is
it.
leaving it unlocked. Like I know that this is a train metaphor of like the moral problem of like who has agency here, and I know I love how the characters have made their decision to not make a decision. But the thing is, the thing I want to know is Flute left alone in this room with access to the jar, or is it put back inside and locked by K.A.I?
I mean, Flute could probably get into it, but they told when Moonboy asked K.A.I to lock the door, so that's what he's
Yeah,
doing.
I did say
Okay.
lock it. But I
Alright,
do
Andrew.
leave after that. So
Okay,
Flute
cool.
is there.
Am I alone in the room?
Yes, absolutely.
I can see everything you do.
Okay. I'll get on the private channel.
see you
Or
in the
no, I won't
bathroom.
even get on the walkie-talkie because I know Kai can just hear me. And I'll just say very quietly, open the door, Kai.
K.A.I, are you gonna unlock the cabinet?
Oh man. You're asking me to choose.
No,
And I
I'm
said
just
that I
asking.
wouldn't.
I'm just asking you to unlock the door.
No, you aren't.
Just say a restaurant.
If I open the door, I might as well do it myself. So yes, you are.
Well, I could get the door off another way.
Is that what you're going to do?
If that's what you'll make me do.
It's not me making you do it, Flute. It's your choice, not mine. But if you think that it's the only way, I won't stop you. Think about it. And the runes stop glowing.
All right. So that the door is unlocked to this desk, correct?
Yes.
All right, Andrew. Flute is alone in this room with the unlocked cabinet. You don't got to give me the details if you don't want to. But are you going into that cabinet?
I'm just looking at the jar. Is this a jar that I can open, or is it a jar that is magically sealed?
It is a neither. It is a glass jar that does not have an opening, so you have to smash it in order to open it. So it's kind of like point of no return if you want to access what's inside of it.
Yeah. Also, I've seen the movie Alien, thank you. That changes things a little bit. I thought it was a jar that had a lid.
It's not.
I'm not letting baby Janice loose on the ship to squee around in the vents. Yeah, this is something I would need help for, and I don't think I have anybody to give me that help.
Yeah, I will say, right now you have no idea how powerful this being is inside of there.
Yeah.
You know that it is smaller, but you just don't like Andrew doesn't.
It's like
know
the
hit
size of a
points or
rat,
whatever.
right? Because that's
Yeah.
all it can make.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did knock me out. Once it was big Janice, it knocked me out in one punch. I'll get on the private channel, Rocky Talkie with Klik. Beep.
Yellow.
Klik, you want to help me with this?
Sorry.
Hello.
No. I leave it in the cabinet. We've other bigger things to deal with right now. We don't know anything about it. I can't. I'm not prepared to do it again, to watch my friends get overpowered or to let a more powerful being walk by me. I can't. We'll figure out what to do with it after my planet is free. We have bigger fish to fry.
All right. Beep. Do I remember how fast Janice could move? Like, I saw her locomote, right? I can't remember her moving quickly.
She
You
turns
can roll a
into a
history
train,
check.
does little spouts of ooze.
I just can't remember if she, like...
Thomas the
remember
Ooze Engine. Yeah.
that she moved, but I can't remember if she was, like, real quick or if it was, like, real slow. 16.
16. She. You could beat her in a foot race. She wasn't like a Wrigley one. You could, like spider across the floor. Absolutely not. She was, that you always had that knowledge in the back of your brain, especially you as like a fighter who was especially spooked by it, that you could always outrun her.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think with the greater danger we're in to loose a Janice on this ship that I don't even know that well, with all these nooks and crannies in it, is responsible even by Flute standards. So I'm going to set the jar back in the cabinet, and then I tap it as my eye turns black, and I'll say, "I'll see you later," and I'll shut the door, and I'll tell K.A.I, you can lock the door.
Cool.
Yeah, hearing no breaking of glass, you know exactly what this means. That Flute did not.
And from a darkened doorway, you've seen the Moonboy watching, and he says, "Not too evil yet, Windrider. Not too evil yet."
Were you spying on? You were spying on
Oh,
me?
you could hear me. I thought that was supposed to be like a soliloquy.
I can hear both of you.
Ah!
I can hear all of you. Can we get
your
this shit?
walkie-talkie on in your pocket? Can we go, please?
Yeah, this is getting weird.
I heard the song. I heard the song you sing in the bathroom.
It helps
God.
with the movements of. Never mind.
This not only
Moonboy.
piss cans.
The
I mean
movements of the
Starman.
sun.
It was the Starman. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm glad Klik didn't murder that child, says Goliathan, as he's.
I wasn't gonna do anything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm messing up player names tonight. I keep calling Aaron Andrew in different things that we do. It's really weird. So yeah, you hear Goliathan kind of like razzing you over the Rocky Talkie as the Golden Dinger, your ship, as you all head back on. And just to be clear, 3 fish folk and 3 Kreen, the 3 of the bug folk are all on the Nautiloid with K.A.I. Flute
me.
is over there as well. Klik and Moonboy, are you going back over to the dinger? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, I thought that was the
Yeah.
marching order. I just want to be sure. The dinger's going
Moonboy
first.
is going to perch at the kind of prow of it.
Cool, absolutely. Are you activating your glowing flying shoes? To
Not
kind
yet.
Okay, cool. You're just
Is that
up
the right
there
term?
at the front.
Prow? Did I do it?
I'll take it. It's bow, but I'll it clicked in my brain. So the golden ship kind of like you are in this orb of brambles, roots, and dirt that is the clearing that you first found this nautiloid ship in, and the dinger will like rise up and head down with one of the pathways that has clearly been chewed and clawed at this carved opening that you all head down as you head toward the palace of the Skull Goblin King. And K.A.I, you attune to the helm of the nautiloid.
I was about to ask about this.
Yeah. You sit down in it, and this time, when you sit down in, there's no projection to the other world, another world beyond here. Instead, you connect with it. You begin attuning to it, kind of just letting your magic seep past your body and into the helm here as you feel it connecting with you like magic items you've built, kind of with that unspoken adherence to the otherworldly order that is magic in and all around you, and you feel yourself melted into this chair, metaphorically, not physically, as your body does not change, but you feel the purple inner like glow come out of your eyes as the world around you goes a bit purple, and you can see throughout the ship again as the nautiloid picks up off the ground. You can feel that sensation of tentacles coming off of your face that allow you to maneuver the tentacles at the front of the ship. And you were the first character to fully fly a Spelljammer helm for a distance. You were for the first player character. Klik is attuned to one before, but this is the first moment in this game where a player character has flown a Spelljamming ship for an extended period of time.
You're jamming,
I'm
man.
doing it. Mazel tov, everybody.
Yeah. I will get you some details. I'll give you a little sheet and I'll share it in our Discord as well, of what you can do with this ship, like the speed and such that you can move in. But as you all move throughout these tunnels, ship by ship, you feel the shift of the space as you're going deeper into the thick of this wilderness that is this planet. It is, again, if you imagine a tree root system in an orb all around that is a planet, as you go deeper, it gets thicker and thicker. And you can feel the carved tunnel get like a little bit narrower, and it's a little less mess of root and a little more dirt, a little more ground, this kind of like orange red clay-like dirt that has roots going in and throughout. You can see there's just like almost ship-sized roots here and there with branches off of that. And as you're going through this tunnel, K.A.I, you especially can feel the squeeze of it. It gets closer and closer. You are in more of dirt territory. It feels like you're underground almost. Until you break through a little bit again, and the Moonboy, you are the first one to see and feel this open lit cavern is what it feels like. It feels like the wrong word to you, but it is an opening that is lit by growing bulbs throughout the ceiling that look like lemon, like the shape of like a lemon, but like hanging down and glowing. That gives like an orange glow to this opening. And Moonboy, I would love for you to give us a perception check if you were the first one to like kind of crest into this opening here.
Indubitably. I will be doing so with guidance as the Moonboy tries to peer into this darkness. That was almost
just tapped
so
into your
good.
moon magic, absolutely.
But instead, it's a 13.
Great. Okay, cool. You see, with a 13, you see a flat ground throughout this area, which is odd because so much of this space is either carved tunnel, kind of like loosey-goosey webbing. But here you're seeing this much more like packed in flat ground throughout the space, and it feels like domed overhead, and it's disorienting because it's like a little bit at an angle, but as you go onto it, the gravity kind of like shifts, and you are on this flat surface that is, we'll call it a cavern here, that is lit by these lemon-shaped bulbs. And you can see, with a 13, you can see that there are, one of the reasons it feels like flat ground packed in here is that it's very packed in dirt in this flat area because there were footprints all over it. Just every single, you think it's like rocks or whatever, but there are just, you can see it from up there. It's not very hidden. There's just like tracks all over the place that are about the size of your head.
Yeah, he informs the others on the horn. He's like,
Slow it down, jammers. Take it down to a slow jam. Take it from Van Halen to Kenny G, jammers.
There's like a dial.
Jam down, slower. It looks like we've got, I don't know, I can't say for sure, but the Goblin Roads appear beneath us, friends. I think we're close.
Has
Yeah,
anyone
like
been
this-
here before or heard of this? I don't know.
You can roll a history check, absolutely.
Oh my god. It's embarrassing. All of my rolls totaled do not equal one of
What
Aaron's
dice
rolls.
do you use? We're gonna
I just
crowdfund
rolled a
Rachel some
5.
new dice.
Yeah. The next time you and Aaron are in the same place, I'm gonna like peer pressure into you switching dice in the moment.
just make them
Insane.
perform
I
the
should
ritual,
just
and he
get-
can
love
give
that.
her some of his
I
luck.
should just get here. I could switch.
They
to-
both
Yeah.
hold a
They
crystal
both just roll
skull.
10s for the rest of the
can't,
campaign.
You know,
She
I
never,
can switch.
never had a bat
Yeah.
mitzvah. I can't.
Yes.
Sorry, so what was the final number, Rachel?
5.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want to support Rachel getting new dice, subscribe to our Patreon.
Tell your friends about the show.
My third roll under a 6 today.
No, I think you specifically feel a little lost here. I mean, like you this is completely unrecognizable, and all of the Kreen, including Gluck, are on the other ship. So Goliath's like, do you want me to? What are we rolling into here? Like, what's the move here? Click. Are we in dangerous territory? What's you know?
I don't know. I've never been here in my life. This doesn't look like any place on garden I've ever seen.
And you hear Gluck come over the walkie-talkie because I just like him leaning over your shoulder, Flute. He like goes and finds you, and he's like, no, this is fine. This is not. This is yeah. You can't understand him because he's speaking Kreen, but he's just like,
Yeah.
I don't speak.
Over your
Did you say
but-
flute or click?
Flute. Sorry.
But did you
man,
mean click?
No, over your shoulder because
Oh,
he is
okay,
on
okay.
he is on the nautiloid with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just like, I don't speak. That.
He like grabs your walkie-talkie and like activate it, and
Yeah, I'll hold it up for him.
he's like, Klik, this is herding area, it's farming area, it's the outskirts of the palace of the Skull Goblin King. And he's like, look off the bow for white fluffs. And you, Rachel, Klik and Moonboy can both do perception checks with advantage.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, Mama got over a 10. 19.
Hey.
So Klik with that, then we'll just go run with that, Jordan, if that's cool.
Okay. That's better than what I got.
Klik, you see what Rachel would know as sheep about 100 feet away,
Whoa.
but they are the size of elephant. They are and there are about 15 to 25 of them. You can't quite tell because there is just this pack of what you look like clouds sitting on the ground on the corner of this cavern. You like legitimately thought it was like maybe mist or fog
there's
for a
some
second,
kind
but they move around and they just they are gigantic sheep. They have like very long round faces, but they're sheep that are huge. They're very white and fluffy and kind of just like bumping up against each other.
Are they making sounds?
Oh yeah, as the ship gets closer to them and you approach them, they're just like, and like together. So there's just like a chorus of maybe like, 15 to 25 that just continue and they overlap with each other. So as you get closer, you can just feel the hum of them just being like.
Oh my god.
Not to double
They sound like-
Midwesternize this stream tonight, but sheep are also incredibly stinky.
Oh yeah, you can smell. You can
They're
smell
super
them.
smelly. Yeah.
Yeah. They smell
what's
like
out
bad ocean and like
Awful.
stale urine. Like yeah,
God.
yeah.
These
Two
clouds
of my
smell
favorite
terrible.
bands.
Yeah.
Oh
How
man,
many-
Bad Ocean is opening for what was the other one? Terrible Urine?
Stale urine.
Stale
Stale
urine.
urine, yeah.
Terrible urine is better though. That's a better.
Terrible urine. It's terrible.
Just say Tampa. Let's save some time.
Suck it, Tampa. No apologies.
Stay on.
Okay. Is it? I mean, the Moonboy kind of runs up next to Klik and is like,
Well, it smells like bad ocean and stale urine. What? Is this a problem? Should we be concerned?
Gluck says it's safe. As unpleasant as it is, I don't think they're threatening. It's farmland.
Goblin.
She'll click
farmland?
back into the Rocky Talkie and say, how far to the castle?
Well, Gluck's like, well, we kind of need an escort in.
One of the sheep?
No, he says approach it. There'll be someone there with them. He's like,
Okay.
it's harmless.
Gluck says it's harmless, Captain. I approach with caution, but let's have our hands raised on this one.
Cool.
Yes. I imagine at some point we're going to have to, I don't know, get taken prisoner.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Goblins have a certain way of doing things, Klik. They like to be in charge.
Yeah, it's not necessary, I don't think, right?
Fingers
We have
crossed.
ice cream. We prepared for this.
That's right.
Does
Do have
Does
some
Gluck
creams.
speak in English? Does Gluck speak Common or what?
He understands Common. He does not speak Common. He has like a very limited ability, only based on the physical makeup of his vocal cords.
I was
But
gonna ask
he,
him
he can understand you.
after I wipe all of his spit off of my Rocky Talkie. I'm gonna ask him. Does this? I don't know, green spit, but
it's probably not a.
It's venom. Be careful.
That's super deadly.
No, it's not. Don't.
I'll ask him. Does this skull Goblin King like skulls?
I mean, yeah, he likes any gifts.
He's
Oh,
telling me that
really?
in common.
Well, I've got something
no, but-
for him.
He
I
says
can
that kind of like,
translate.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just kind
okay.
of like, I give some leniency to the boomerang that we don't need to do
Okay,
of
cool.
translation.
Do you?
There will be a time where it matters, but
Gluck,
right
do
now
you
it's not
want to
working.
help me make some goblin party favors?
But Flute, what about the ice cream?
And the ice cream can't have too many gifts, right?
You're
Gluck
saying you
shakes his
need
head
something
no.
additionally besides the ice cream?
I just had an idea. We'd have
No, that's fine.
some skull. I'm just saying we
fine.
have some skulls.
No,
we do
if
have some
that's what you
skulls.
believe,
like,
that's fine.
like
All the
Voice-
tentacles
My
just
voice gets
adding-
this high when things are fine.
All the tentacles at the front of the ship cross themselves. You see just like
the sulking ship. I love it. Now, Kai, the ice
like,
cream.
no,
Look, the
no,
ice
no,
cream
no,
will close the deal, and the skulls are just, to get everything moving.
Sure, absolutely.
Great. Come with me, Gluck. I'm sorry. And I'll.
Yes. He looks at you judgmentally. Like, dude, come on.
That's his sister.
There should be
Glick
two
and
mind
Gluck.
flayer corpses on this ship that, with Gluck's help, gonna get those skulls off of those babies. Should have some weird old skulls under there.
For
And,
sure.
There should be 3 mind flayer skulls.
Or did
No,
they even
there's
have skulls?
One escaped. Oh no, there's 3. There's Lord of Soto, the one with him, the
Yeah.
captain.
yeah,
there's
and
3.
the first mate.
So here's the thinking. So they were once people, right? But the process of mind flayerification turns you into this mind flayer, which is itself kind of a cephalopod, right? So does the process of seromorphosis turn your
Erase the
bones to
skull.
jelly?
I actually looked up mind flayer skulls, just thinking about them. I don't know what Harlem's ruling is, but there were some real crazy looking skulls.
I gotta look now.
Andrew. I'm sorry, y'all. Andrew's my favorite tonight. I'm sorry. Because there's like, I legitimately was like, in my brain was going back to like, okay, there's this
Holy
picture
shit.
in this 4th edition book that has the anatomy of a mind flayer in it, and I'm like, I like couldn't quite pull. I was like, damn it, come on! I felt like I was like taking a science test in high school. I was like, what is the thing? But Andrew, you should give the thing that you looked up and the interpretation there, and that is just canon in this world. So please tell us, what are
Cool.
the mind flayer skulls?
It's just a weird, creepy skull where the bottom, where the tentacles are, is just kind of like open, and like has like big eye pits, sort of.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at it right now.
Torpo, can
kind of.
you next week? You want to do a mind
Mind
flayer
flayer
skull?
skull? Absolutely.
As we're like put them together, I'll tell Gluck like you can eat any of this other stuff you want. I don't know if you want.
Would you guys...
Gross,
Would you-
he says to you. You don't need the translation for him to do
Yeah, he just clicks once, like real aggressively at me, like. All right, I don't know. You wanted wanted grubs for breakfast? I don't know.
He
Would you
comes
guys
over
buy,
he comes over the Rocketagi real quick. He presses like click. Flute is problematic.
I know.
Oh, no.
They don't know
Tell
anything.
me about it.
Tonight was the first day that Kai made grubs, so it's we put up with a lot.
Okay.
What did you ask? What did you ask her?
He just gives you a thumbs up.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. So you can, I would love for you to make a nature check, Andrew. This is a Matt Mercer move that I'm stealing, and I love this when you're trying to extract body parts from a dead creature that you have to roll a nature check to be able to do it,
Cool.
and you have to roll a nature check to be able to know what to do effectively, and then I want you to roll a dexterity check after that to do it effectively.
Wow. All right.
Keep their glands intact. If you can.
What?
Look, he's not the goblin gland king.
What?
And I'm trying to make Kai feel better. I'm like, we could make these into maybe serving bowls or something for.
Oh no,
the
I have
ice
no
cream.
problem with the skull thing. I just could use their glands for magic, maybe.
No.
Yes, I want a gland as well. You know.
Let's not make fixtures out of body parts.
No, I want one. I want one now too.
It's our game, Harlan.
I'm playing the.
We're going full Vietnam.
I want glands.
I got an 11 on that nature check.
Okay, cool. You pull the skull out, but it just comes out as like the top half of it. So you just got the like,
The cranial dome part.
yeah, like the cranial dome. Which
And
you
I'll
got
kind of hold
three
it up
more.
for Kai to look at and be like, I'm telling you, like, it
Ooh,
would
you
work.
found a little yarmulke in there.
Did you need me to roll?
Yeah, roll a dexterity check because I'm not gonna do this 3 times. I'm gonna lump all of these together.
Okay, I got a 16 on that dex check.
Okay, with that you get 1 fully intact Mind Flayer skull out of the 3 of them.
Well, I'll just
Yeah.
put all of the
Yeah.
everything all kind of together and
Yeah.
a little macabre little collection of gross shit.
Cool. I feel like I've learned a new boundary that I did not know that I have in D&D, which is like people just futzing around with dead body parts.
It is gross, but it's
Yeah,
the Skull
I love
Goblin
body
King. I'm
art.
trying
Yeah,
to.
yeah. No, it's fine.
I'm just-
I'm not. It's not criticism. I'm just being confessional here. So.
Maybe the Skull Goblin King has a fear.
I
of
also
skulls,
love
don't
that
know.
you're calling taxidermy and actual surgery futzing.
It's just futzing around in there.
It's just futzing. Poking a little bit.
I'm just futzing around, removing this abomination skull.
yeah.
So yeah, you have a Mind Flayer skull to present
PhD
as
in
you wish.
futzing.
Yeah.
And then I'll take these now thoroughly disgusting bodies and see if Kai can open a flap on a different door, an unoccupied room, and we'll just kind of dump him in there for Kai's to perform his horrific harvesting later on.
Yeah.
I think they're probably ruined for now.
You absolutely can have in that kind of like passageway, this just like body room where you just chuck the bodies in the Mind
Boy,
Flayers.
this campaign is really taking a turn.
I know.
We've got a morgue. We've got a room full of comatose dwarves. Oh, I would like to take a look at those dwarves.
No,
the
you're not
doors.
tonight.
No,
All
I'm
right.
not going to hurt them. I just want to, like,
That was
welfare
another
check.
thing I forgot to talk to
Okay,
people
cool.
about.
Yeah, you open the door. I'm not. Roll a perception
I'm
check.
cutting off all their heads. No, just kidding.
Roll a perception check.
Getting dwarf
I'm
skulls.
fucking with you. I got a dirty 20.
Okay, cool. They seem as comatose as they were before. It doesn't seem like they are being affected by anything. Nothing is growing on them. Nothing is growing inside of them. They are just kind of like stacked up and laying there.
I'll give him some water. Can we retcon that Kai made some kind of, like, baby food that we can kind of, like, I don't want them dying of like,
Yes.
the thirst
Without
and
any
hunger.
flavor or description from me at all, we can canonically establish that they are being fed and watered through
Great.
this whole
Flavo
campaign.
paste.
You do not need
Yeah.
to feed them ever. I will happily.
All right.
Yeah, like wave that.
These are
wanna
your
get in-
invalids that you made that we have to take care of, Harlan.
you don't wanna
These-
get
You
into that?
made these.
This is.
One
You
of them
all are
gets-
winning this session. I don't know. Like, I don't know what.
They have a hard time.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
how.
hard to have your body betray you.
Yeah.
One of them
Usually,
gets really
like-
racist when he has to go to the bathroom.
Cool. Well, I've got my bag of skulls. There's 3 headless corpses, and then there's 4 invalid dwarves in the next room. So we're good. We're all set. Good to go.
Okay, is everybody gone to the bathroom? Have we buckled our seat? Everybody has their snack. Can we go?
Yes, you all are now approaching this. Oh man, Case will tell you. I sent her my bullet points of the narrative tonight, and we've gotten through like 1 and a half. And so, you all are with both of your ships. You all are approaching this cloud of a herd of elephant-sized sheep here, and as you approach them, you see like a rumble in between them, and they kind of like, and they move out of the way, and tumbling out of them are 4 huge creatures. I would say, they're like 12 feet tall, like 6 feet wide, shoulder to shoulder, and they just like boom out of this cloud of sheep, and you see that all of them are wearing skulls atop their head that have big tusks coming up and off of them. You see that they have weapons in their hand, like big clubs, and they just like boom out of this pack of sheep, and they see your ships, and they're just like, halt, halt, halt. All of them just start yelling, halt, 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 like waving their clubs. And Moonboy and Klik, I'm not going to make you roll for this, but you see perched atop each one of their shoulders, 1-to-1, throughout this crew, you see goblins, also with skulls on their heads, perched on their shoulder, kind of like holding on to the skull that is on their head as well. And each one of these big, large creatures has one single eye in the middle of the skull. It seems like the two eye of the skull has been like broken out so that the one eye can shine through. And so you see this gang of, not gang, but like this just this crew of Cyclopses
what do you
burst
call
out
a
of
group
this
of
big
Cyclopses?
I don't know.
Unit?
Absolutely.
If I may, it's called a monocle. A monocle of Cyclopses.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You see this? Yes, absolutely. You see this monocle of Cyclopses burst out of this flock of sheep, and on each of their shoulders, like their own individual parrot, is a goblin with a skull on its head as well. And that is where we're going to call the session tonight. Case, I would love for you, if you can, to throw up the art, the amazing art that Jordan did.
Let's do it.
The Cyclops and the goblins as well, and we will pick it up here next week with the interaction between the crew and these folks as well. If you open your Roll20, you all players, you can see them here as well.
Look at that!
Holy
Hell yeah.
Sick,
Yeah, so
Jordan,
their
well done.
stream is these Cyclopses that you see, and then there are also
I
goblin as well.
just learned that the goblins are riding on the Cyclopses, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I kind of want to keep that a little secret, so I'm glad. I like to surprise you a little bit as well.
I'm gonna shrink the goblin down now and put him behind
Ooh,
I can't wait.
amazing.
behind the Cyclops.
Love it.
Cool.
So
Great
good.
stuff,
So
Jordan.
good.
Amazing art. Thank you, Case, for
Thank
throwing
you,
those
yeah.
up there
Came
here at the end of the
together
stream
pretty
tonight.
cool.
And yeah, that's it. We'll pick up here next week with you all talking to this monocle,
A monocle of
Cyclops, and
Cyclops.
this gang of goblins.
Somebody also in the chat said a ruin of Cyclops. I believe it was Clooney McRoy, which is also
Very
pretty
good.
cool.
Yeah.
I think we had it.
I think we had it in an earlier draft.
An Odyssey of Cyclops. What's that?
Ooh, Odyssey's good
That's good.
too.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, well, thank you all so much for hanging out tonight.
Heck yeah.
We love you.
Great session, y'all. Thanks
love
for
you.
being funny and not letting me do any D&D. I love it so much. It is.
We did D&D. It was just
Yeah.
about breakfast.
Yeah, there were some rolls. There were some breakfast rolls.
It is
You know what I
D&D
mean?
too. It is absolutely D&D.
Skull harvesting and baby
Yeah.
ooze,
Absolutely.
moral quandaries. All the best stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Not gonna make it through a good Better Than Heroes session without some sort of moral quandary. So
We love a moral quandary.
yeah.
Would you guys,
All right. Well.
would you guys buy
any-
a shirt that had a Mind Flare skull on it that said "Don't hate the Flayer, hate the game"?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I would. Why? Do you have one? I'll buy it.
No, but we should make them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet.
Next week, Jordan. Mind Flayer skull, baby.
Mind
that's
Flayer
it.
skull. But t-shirt worthy Mind Flayer skull.
Yeah,
Oof.
and also
Oh.
my Flayer's skull as ice cream dish. Like it's
Oh, with the
stadium
all-sauce
night.
ice cream in it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
Oh
mean,
my god.
Pretty good.
Can you do like a Mind Flayer head on the front and a skull on the back? You know, like one of those cat shirts that has like
Holy
the butt
moly,
with
that's
the
a great
tail on
idea.
the
That's a really good idea.
That'd be amazing.
We're just riffing merch ideas here. I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah. I love it.
I want one that says moral quandary on the side.
I love it. Yeah, we have a YouTube. If you want to check out past episodes, go to our YouTube, subscribe, check it out. We're trying to build up our subscriber base, and it looks really good thanks to Jordan's art and Rachel's design. You can see all of the old episodes there. It looks pretty sweet.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if
Yeah.
you want to just hang out and talk about the episodes, jump on our Discord. It's free for you to join. We're in there just talking about how things went this week and other games and dice, all things
You name
D&D. So get in the Discord, come hang out with us. We appreciate that.
And also, if you have questions about anything that you've seen on the show, we have there's a Better Than Heroes wiki that was put together by Uncle B.
It's so good.
Uncle
It's
Brenner.
so good. Yeah, here's a little invite to the Discord and then check. Come hang out. It's funny, I almost plugged it early because we talked so much about Alien in there this week. It was a great time.
Heck yeah.
So come talk about your weird movies that you like in there too.
Yes.
Alien's not a weird movie. It's a classic, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good time in there.
And tomorrow we're back with some Duster, Stream and Duster. It's gonna be another duo with Aaron Urist and our own Jason Wardell. Jason Wardell hopping off the keys and into some terrible situation. So looking forward to that. Tomorrow evening, I think we're gonna be hosting it here. Are we? So,
Always.
yeah, you can see it here or over on the Occupied Hex Twitch. It's going to be a two-parter. I'm very excited, so that'll be tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Well, we got a bunch of good, cool announcements coming up soon, but thanks everybody for hanging out here. It does mean a lot to us to see. I was just talking about on the break how it just feels huge to have so many of you here every single week, and I just want to say thanks. And also thanks to the people who I feel like they don't get enough credit, the folks who are watching this on YouTube every single week and like catching up on their own pace and everything too. So if that's you and this is 3 months after this broadcast live, we're still very thankful for you and we're glad you're here. Come hang out with us. Come hang out on the Discord. You're huge and awesome too. That's how I watch D&D shows. So cool. All right. Anything else, y'all?
That's it.
See you next week.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than heroes. They'll never be zeros. Better than heroes.